Man, I really need to think of ways of actually starting the podcast. I sort of just... Okay.
Shalom.
Yeah, welcome, everybody. My name is blah, blah, blah.
I mean, yeah, I should.
In the videos I watched, it was just like, all right, and we're going to be talking about this. I was just like, where is your name? I knew Ryan's name. I tried to find your name, and the only reason I found out is because he asked you about, what was it, Martin Luther King Day. Your car broke down, I think.
Oh, right, yeah. I work on cars, so yeah.
Oh, God, he was like, Max. I was like, got it. Write it down.
Yep, I need to. That's good. Good suggestion. I should introduce our actual... Okay. All right. Specular time. Is that a good start? No. Specular time.
Beautiful. Roll with it.
Roll with it. We're going with... Okay, we're doing it live.
After we're doing it, you beat me to it.
Specular time with Ryan and Max. Who's this face? Keegan, the butthead, is not joining us this week. He was going to, but then forgot he had things with a wife.
Ugh. Worst.
Hey, Kat. So this week, let's see, our topic for this week is bang for your buck. And we try not to be too specific with it. We didn't want to say, like, games that are under a certain amount. Really, it was just what you felt was a really great game for whatever price it was, whether that's a $60, $70 game that came with fantastic components and has had major replayability for you. So for this talk, that's kind of our general topic for it. Kind of like on some of our other videos we've said, topics really are just for us to have something to talk about. We don't want it to be too specific. So we'll get into that, but first let's introduce our wonderful guest. We have another Ryan here. People among people. Almost said that wrong. Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, it's a long name.
Meeple among people. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate being here.
So, how's your week going?
I can't complain. I got 2 of my Kickstarters in the mail. I got Capone and Canvas.
And Canvas? I don't know either of those. Okay, tell us.
Canvas is made by Road to Infamy. You know, they also did. I actually have their game somewhere directly in front of me, and I cannot find. Oh, they made Crypt, the little card game.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait,
yeah, it's.
not Cryptid, Crypt.
Yeah, Crypt.
Okay.
It plays just like Century Golem Edition, just a little differently. So you have these like translucent cards that have pictures on it, and you lay them over one another, and you're trying to match things to get points. But the way it's like Century is that you have 5 cards that you can put inspiration tokens on to grab, but if you don't want the first one, it doesn't cost you anything.
Okay.
It took like maybe 5-10 minutes to really learn, and we played a bunch of times. I've not played Capone yet because I just got it yesterday.
Capone, okay, and then you said Capone and, what was it called?
Canvas.
Oh, Canvas. No, as you said, it's like it.
The other one was actually my production copy of Overboss came in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I reviewed it for the Kickstarter, and they contacted me after I backed the Kickstarter, and they're like, hey, you want a prototype copy and like play? I'm like, yes, of course I do. And then they sent me a production copy, and now I'm going to be getting a Kickstarter copy. So I'm going to probably do another giveaway and give away the copy.
Nice. Yeah. That's I with the Wingspan one, I had like pre-ordered my Wingspan, like the latest expansion right away, but then we got a review copy from Stonemeyer, and I'm like, okay, I'll keep it, and I'll use that one, and we're just gonna buy the other 2 games and do our giveaway. So that was pretty cool. Go ahead.
I should have. The original Wingspan, I had a chance to actually pre-order that, and I was just like, yeah, I'll wait. And then
nope.
Next months until I finally got a copy, and I was like on the list for Miniature Market. I mean, it was literally within 5 minutes that were all sold out. But luckily, I was at work and it popped up. I was like as fast as I could, and I got it.
Yeah, we got.
I got it on the second. Like, so our Dice Dojo, which is the like our big game store that we go to here in Chicago. The first wave that came in, they only got 3 copies.
I heard that was a lot of different places. They only got X amount of copies.
Yeah.
And he got one of them.
No, it was on the second wave.
Oh, you got the second wave.
It was the second wave. I put my name down to like pre-order, and luckily I was early on that in the second wave, that again only a few came in, I managed to get it, and so that's really
I went and picked it up for him, and I was like, worried I was gonna get like jump going on.
Get him!
They were literally like, people were looking at me. I was like,
It's funny. My friend ended up picking up his copy at like a bird store. Like they actually like, had it in stock there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that.
I was like, oh, good on you. I can't believe they did that, but sure.
Well, okay. I just I received my Kanban this week, which that was a Kickstarter game that just arrived, and I had also as like an add-on got Gallerist with it, so got all those. Nice. Yeah, so excited to play those. Now I got a bunch of Lacerda. I think we're doing a Lacerda month.
Nice. That's a dangerous rabbit hole when you back a Kickstarter and you see their entire back catalog and you're like, yeah, this game that would have been $80, $400 later, I have their entire program.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
We had a whole thing. We talked about Kickstarter last week and everything on some of our we've now started wavering on Kickstarters and like have become a little bit more like selective. Yeah, because like I went crazy over like I've been doing this little over 2 years now, and I'm up to 60 something back games. Backing.
I'm currently waiting on like I think 15 different Kickstarters.
Oh, I'm waiting on a whole bunch. Yeah, but
that's the worst. I remember like when conventions were still a thing. Yes. I went to PAX Unplugged, and I ran into Colossal Games, and they had like a copy of Mezzo there.
Yep.
And that game got backed up, I think, like a year and a half. I went off. I came off like such a dick. I remember just going to the guy like, "Hey, this is nice. Where's my copy?" And he's just like, "Oh, they're coming." I was like, Just give me a copy, man.
Yeah.
I've been waiting so long.
I know. I mean,
it's at best.
Yeah, doing that, like bringing copies with you to a convention before you get it to backers.
Awful.
I mean, I guess you really need to say that you're going to be doing like there's only going to be a select few copies that you're going to bring to conventions during the Kickstarter, so people know like, hey. Like, just understand that we're doing it for marketing purposes and like to get the game out there.
They did that for Frosthaven.
What's that? Yeah.
They did that for Frosthaven.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right, that's cool. You got to get that word out there. But if you got a whole bunch, you didn't tell anybody and then just brought a whole bunch to start selling, you go, ooh, little sketch.
Yeah, I wish we had conventions. I've been trying to find a copy of Red Cathedral everywhere. That game is like disappeared.
Mm-hmm. That was really good. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to play that one.
I haven't.
It's fun. Keegan got a copy.
Yeah, Keegan got a copy. It was a really fun one. What drink did you bring to the chat today?
I grabbed. This is a local brewery for me. I'm in Beacon, New York. It's Two Way Brewing Company. It's called Highlands Haze. It's an IPA. Okay. It's the only thing I have in the fridge. So, cheers.
And where'd you say it was from?
From Beacon, New York.
Beacon, New York. Okay.
About an hour and a half north of the city.
Okay.
Easiest way to get it.
New York. So, have you visited Gnarly Carly?
No, she's 5 hours away from me.
Oh, is it 5 hours? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's funny. I have a friend who lives in Rochester, New York, and that's 5 hours. Yeah, we've talked about it. I was just like, oh, where you live? Oh, Maryland. I looked it up. I was like, maybe so.
I know. I can't wait for her to come back to Chicago. She has family here, so I'm like, well, when you do, we're gaming. So.
She gave me a shout out on your YouTube video. Actually, she had posted. He was on it. I was like, oh, I'll watch 5 minutes in. She was like, oh, I met this really nice. I was like, oh, that's me. Oh, God, you're so sweet.
Yeah.
She has been nothing but sweet about when she first started, she sent me a message being like, should I make an Instagram? I was like, yeah. I was literally laying in bed bored one day, and I was just like, yeah, I'll make an Instagram, see what happens.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Okay, yeah.
You want to talk to me for some reason.
Yeah, I think it's been especially like that, especially during like the COVID stuff, like because people haven't been able to be in person as much, like chatting with people, other gamers just through Instagram and whatnot. It's actually been really nice.
Oh yeah, it's exploded. I have a lot of brand new followers who are like under 100. Usually, if I get someone who's under 100, I usually just like give them a shout out and be like, "Follow this person. They're passionate." Like, I mean, you have to have a couple of photos. If it's just like a picture of being like, I'm like, all right, I'll wait a little while.
Yeah. I mean, this was. I mean, we started our whole channel, like, just being in lockdown and everything was just like, we're like, all right, well, we're stuck to like the three of us, so this is the time to start the channel. Let's just start doing it. And then I was like, well, I kind of want to do this podcast and just sort of chat. And then we're like, well, we'll bring on people, other gamers, and just get to know them, as we can't really get out and actually meet new gamers around Chicago a whole lot. Like meetups or whatever. Yeah. So we're like, all right, well.
I was like, who's going to do that?
Yeah. Well, we're like, Keegan and I were like, well, we'll start and we'll just kind of reach out, but we may need to get a little bigger before. But then immediately Carly came on, and then we just had like people like not realizing how like open people are like, yeah, we'll come on and chat. And so it's been a lot of fun.
Exactly. It's a Thursday. What am I doing? Yeah, sure. Why not?
There's no meetups.
What am I doing, really? I can only play with my cat and my Switch so much.
What have you been playing on your Switch?
I mean, I ran through Pokemon. Yes, I'm still a Pokemon fan.
We all are. So,
I've been getting back into. I've been playing Pokemon with my 5-year-old. Hey You Pikachu. Or it's been really fun. He was very proud the other day. I came home from work. He's like, I caught Onyx, because the other one ran away from us. So I was like, awesome, buddy. So we've been re-going through Pokemon. It's been a lot of fun.
Nice. And speaking of Pokemon, we have Professor Meg on next week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I know like her whole thing, like she started in the Pokemon League and everything, and I know she's really big, and so it'll be another. We have to think of a topic for that. That's gonna
Pokemon board games. No.
The one game, like the one Pokemon Master. Let's just talk about that.
I've almost bought that game on eBay because I've heard it so hard to beat.
I think
Keegan had it.
I think Keegan has it.
I don't know if he traded it off.
Where is Keegan? That punk.
That punk.
Sorry, if you guys talk about Pokemon next episode, I will be furious.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be asking her. I'll probably like as interview questions, like I'll probably ask like how she got started and everything. And
yeah, we're supposed to do that.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting it. Fine, Mac. How did you get into board? No, but one question I've been asking every time now is what is your first memory of board games?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Come on, you've watched our videos. You got to be prepared for this question.
I would probably say it's probably Clue. I played Clue a lot when I was a kid. I like Monopoly, but hated it.
Yeah, and Clue's a new one we've heard from people. I don't think
very standard board game answer.
But have we heard Clue from anyone? I don't know.
Jamie might have said Clue.
Maybe Jamie.
And chess.
Who?
Chess has been.
Who? Oh, chess.
I mean, Clue is the best for a kid because you could cheat very easily because you would just ask someone, blah blah blah, and you saw where they marked it on their thing. You knew the top was people, the middle was weapons, the was room. It's like it wasn't that.
Yeah, I would always pretend.
Yeah, you gotta, people should guess, but those who didn't, I was just like.
Who did you play with?
I was always Colonel Mustard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like. who as in
I
like.
played with my family.
No, Colonel Mustard came and played with me.
Were you always green?
Real guy.
I was always the green one.
I didn't really play a lot of board games.
Oh, you didn't play Clue?
Not really, no. No.
We'll have to play.
No, but okay, so who were you playing with? Not the pieces.
I was playing with my sister, cousins, parents.
Mm-hmm. Do you still play games with any of your family?
My sister sometimes. I've tried to get my mom and dad to play a couple of games. Not really their thing.
Okay.
No, more just friends and girlfriend.
Okay. The girlfriend did, the question always comes up when we got relationship people. Did your girlfriend play board games before you guys started dating, or did you get her into it?
I mean, she played board games like everyone who's not in our hobby plays board games. Like every once in a while, Cards Against Humanity.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they didn't play.
Start building my I think I probably had like 20 games when we first started dating. That's when I started really getting back into it because I started off like Betrayal at House on the Hill and Catan. That's what really got me back into it. And then as we started dating, I found tabletop and I just kept watching and being like, that game's cool. Bye.
That's me. So now, at what level would you say she's at compared to you?
Addiction-wise?
wise, weight, like game weight wise, what is she like?
She don't play anything I play, but you're honoring me by saying that I'm a good gamer. I'm really not. I don't very often. She beats me all the time. I would say it's probably like 60-40 her.
Okay, I mean that's not bad. That's probably Max and I. It's probably 60-40.
We both won twice tonight, didn't we?
Yeah.
We've been playing through Feld because we're going to do some like a Feld review, and I think we played 5 Feld games today, and I won 2, he won 2, and Keegan won 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're always very combatant because Ryan usually, it feels like he usually, but maybe it's 60-40.
not really. It's probably
we should start
60-40.
recording our wins.
I know, I'm so bad about it. We should be
I don't
recording.
think we really care that much.
Yeah, I mean, I know. So you started Clue and the Monopoly. What was the next route then? Where did you how did it get to heavier stuff?
He said
It was
What did he say?
Catan and
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not hear that.
That's fine. But the way I got back into it was tabletop with Will Wheaton. Like it just came up one day and I started watching and I saw the Betrayal episode. I was like, wow, that seems like a really cool game. And then an ex-girlfriend of mine actually bought it for me. And I was like, oh, awesome, finally. And then it sat in my closet for like half a year because I didn't think any of my friends actually wanted to play. So I was kind of like, I was like, no one's play with me. So I guess I'll do it. But then eventually my best friend and like, a bunch of my other friends were like, yeah, we'll play. And then, we played that game to death.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you play scenarios more than one time in Betrayal?
Oh, yeah. Anytime that ever happened, we'd be like, oh, we played a scenario. You didn't do the haunt roll correctly. So
yeah.
we would have like huge mansions and it would just go on forever.
I missed tabletop because that was another one that kind of got me sort of into it too because they did an episode with Patrick Rothfuss, who's a writer. He writes fantasy fiction, and
is he the guy with big beard?
Big beard, yeah. He wrote in the name
Lords
of
of Waterdeep, I think.
Which one?
He actually was on there a bunch of times.
Was he? Okay, I think he was playing. Yeah, Lords of Waterdeep. Yeah, that's the one. So I bought Lords of Waterdeep, and then but I was excited because I'd read his books. So I was like, he's on this. What is this weird amount melding of worlds where this fantasy writer and then board games with Will Wheaton are coming together. So I was very intrigued, and then
I have heard some bad things about tabletop though, like behind the scenes.
Oh.
I mean,
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
We are behind the scenes. It's all misogyny
It's all
and
love.
racism and 3 white guys just. No, it is a lot of fuck you. You did my. I was legitimately pissed at you in Bonfire. Like there was just we were playing and he took it was literally my entire strategy ended up coming down to just a single tile in the river area on Bonfire and he took it. He went and then my turn was next and I was gonna take that tile that turn. And it just completely screwed me out of a shit ton of points.
Welcome
then I
to
had to do 4.
Maya and Keegan's world. That it's every game you do that to us.
But then Hamburg.
Your first move in Macau was to take something you knew I wanted.
Yeah, I know.
That happened to be a legacy game that literally came down to the draw of one tile. If I got one color, I would have won the entire overall game.
A legacy game?
Say it again?
In a legacy game?
Yeah, a legacy game. I literally backtracked it to that game and just being that's why I lost. I was like, that's infuriating.
Yep, I was so pissed because that just now I had to I spent 4 turns then. It was the end of the game, and then I had to spend 4 turns doing that was just useless.
I was very pleased with myself.
Very few points I could inch out, and I'm like, wow, I just lost a good 20 points simply from that.
Yeah, I slaughtered you.
Yeah. But then Macau? No, Hamburg.
It's called Macau. It's getting a name change.
No, I know. No, I know. Wait, no.
Bruges?
Bruges is not becoming Macau. It's becoming Hamburg. Was it Macau that I totally just screwed Keegan in the last round?
Yeah.
There was I had a car. Do you know Macau at all?
I don't actually.
Okay, well, there's.
I just never played it.
Okay, but there's I had a bonus card that allowed it so that I did not have to draw a card. whereas like you have to draw a card normally. And there was one card with a single gray cube that he needed to take, so that just because he had to take a card was the only one he could actually complete. Because if you don't complete him, you get minus points. And I took it specifically because I knew he would then have to take negative points. And I was like, shit, I got to just hold him back because I'm not sure if I'm going to
You
like
didn't even
win.
need to take a card. Yeah, he was not happy.
I didn't need to. He was not
We were not.
happy.
This morning
He
did
was
not start off
It did not start happening.
well.
That literally happened the exact same way in a game of Twilight Imperium.
Oh.
And that's
It was
even
the
longer.
mission card, and my friend was in first place, and he had nothing else to do. He's like, "Oh, I'll just take a mission card." I was like, "Well, I need one to hopefully get into." At
Yeah.
that point, I was in third to second first, and then my friend behind me, he took one too. The one he took was a mission he was able to complete, and he won the game because of that. If my friend didn't draw a card like he had to, he would have won. I just ragged on him. It made me go into second place though. So
Yeah, that's probably like a 10-hour game too.
Yeah, that's even crazy.
we needed 6, and then
that?
3 of us. Yeah, 3 of us. It was the first time we played.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I played a
that's
couple
it.
times with a group, and it was like they were just like you turn your phone off and you block out your day.
Yeah.
And it was like
Yeah,
I played a
exactly.
12-hour game of like I think it
my
was like
God.
5 players or something.
Lord.
It
It was
a long
like,
day.
I think it was Labor Day. We all just showed up at like 7 in the morning, like with Dunkin' Donuts, being like, "Let's do this."
Yep. That's how you have to do it.
Yep. We'll be playing tomorrow too. We're gonna play most of tomorrow too.
More
Feld
Feld.
games.
I didn't learn all these rules for no reason. Last night I was like I think I learned like 3 rule books to like a couple I knew, but then another one I didn't know just to like be able to teach.
It's always him learning them. I just come to the games.
And then
Usually read the rule book first, or do you watch like a how to play if it's available?
it depends. I'm a pretty visual learner, so I like to see how the game is playing. So if I can get a kind of a gist of it, there was actually on So Very Wrong About Games. They just did a topic. Do you ever listen to their podcast?
No.
It's pretty good, but they did a whole talk about the rule book and
Keegan and
just
I did
the
too.
way to go about it and whatever. How like some people, they made some legitimate points about how just watching the videos isn't necessarily the best way to learn. So I'll watch a video and mostly get the gist of it. I'll go read the rule book, and then I'll usually watch a playthrough. So
Okay, yeah, I watched how it's played first, just so I can hear like, oh, this is what that type of card is. That's what
Yeah.
that component. That way,
Yeah.
when I read the rule book again, I'm like, oh, I get it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Instead of having to like, the blah blah card, having to find where it is on like, oh, that's what that is, and having to court with everything. Yeah, the visual is much better for me.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. Even
I
today,
don't learn the game that way. It just gives me the basis.
yeah, even today
Yeah.
I was reading the rule book for Merlin, and they kept talking about the manners, and I was like, what are the manners? Like I was trying to find what they were, and I couldn't remember.
The back page of the terminology. Yeah.
Yeah, so then I I like to watch like a Slicker Drips or a John Gets Games, like actually play through it too, so I can kind of see the structure of a turn. Because sometimes I'll read the rule book and I don't quite get the flow of a game, but that's more especially if I'm going to buy a game. Like I really do try and do my research too. So
And so yeah, I'm definitely more of a like I always end up watching the video before I read. Usually like there's a lot of times I won't even read the rule book. I just
Oh, really?
find it easier to watch the videos. Like just for me reading takes so much longer. Like it just like sometimes like I struggle with reading like and comprehending what I read. So like I have to like it takes me sometimes like I'll have to go back and reread things
Same
3
here, brother.
times. Yeah, like I'm math, logic, science. When it comes to English, reading, that stuff, it just my brain does not get it. It takes longer to click. So if I can just watch it, and I'm very visual as an architect, as a visual designer, watching it is a lot easier for my brain to click and see what's going on. And I think explaining the rules as you're playing it in the videos has helped a lot. Like I'm going to give a shout out to John Gets Games.
he's great.
He does because he does a playthrough and explains it and does a really good job. It helps me understand it probably a little quicker than some other ones that just do a rules video. Actually seeing the full gameplay and how it connects is how I pick it up the quickest for me.
Gotcha.
I know.
So
yeah.
so you'll still read a rule book though?
Oh yeah, I watch it, get because when I watch the video, I get probably 85 to 90% of the rules just from watching it. Because then as I'm reading, it all starts making sense in my mind, and then I'll start doing the. Yeah, I always keep the rule book right next to me.
Yeah, I do.
I'm in charge because I'm the board game guy.
Yeah. Well, I do a similar thing because I think, and they brought up in that podcast too. It is important. Well, not important, but it's good to have a frame of reference for the rule book in case you don't remember something. And if you've never even looked at the rule book, you're going to spend 10 minutes trying to find where that thing is. Whereas if you've read through it, you roughly know. Oh, it was sort of around page 6. Or, So I mean, that's important.
It becomes too the a lot like each game has their own like specific terminology for certain tiles, certain resources, right? So then if you're having to if you're reading through it, I'm like, okay, I don't remember what this is, and I have to go back and look at, that's that tile, and it's just like if I'm watching it and I can see
read a glossary to get the game,
and I'm like, I see the tile as you're saying it, it just all clicks there, because right, you're reading words. There's not always a picture of what that tile is, that resource, that terminology, whatever, how it exactly relates to the board and your player board, the whatever it is you have. So
well, Keegan and I spoil you. We read the rule books for you.
I know these two. They usually read it. Like
I don't like that.
I don't know why I do. Like I gotta say, I don't know that. I've never said it to Max, but I've always struggled.
He thanked you.
I've struggled. I do thank you very much. I've struggled listening, trying to learn games from Max, because he goes all over the place when he doesn't have a structured teach of it. So sometimes it's a little confusing because you do jump kind of all over the place.
I do that on purpose so that you lose.
Sure.
I have the opposite problem. I've been told I'm very good at explaining games, but almost every one of my friends, I'll be going in the order you're supposed to learn the game, and someone be like, "What's this card do?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm getting there.
I'm getting there.
Just give me one moment.
Yep. Yeah, he'll be like, Max will be going down the list of actions you'll do, and then suddenly you'll do some detail, okay, you mentioned this card, but then something detailed about it that first go through the game so that I understand what this detail means. It's just sort of you jump a little instead of doing a structured order of overarching to understanding actions.
I'm not a teacher.
But I mean I can't complain and really I notice you do it, but I'm also not gonna stop doing it because I always have you do it, right? So I can't with him doing it all the time, I can't be
beggars
stop
can't be
doing
choosers.
it. Yeah, exactly. So I'm whatever, I'll learn the rules based on how he teaches.
Control the rules now.
Very neurotic and scattered.
Yes.
Welcome to my brain.
I'm gonna have to learn. I'm just if you're gonna keep having, if you're not gonna learn new rules yourself, just understand that that's how you're gonna have to learn a game. So I'm it's gonna happen. I will accept it.
Do you do a lot of the rules teaches for your group?
Absolutely, I do. Unless it's my friends who live across the river from me. If they're hosting a game night, they'll do the rules, but a lot of times they'll be like, "Oh, Ryan's coming over. Bring a couple of games," and I'd be like, "All right."
How do you feel? Okay, because I had this conversation recently with he who shall not be named, and how do you feel if you texted everybody and we're come on over, we're playing a game, and then somebody shows up and is we're playing this, and you're I didn't learn the rules to that. I had these 3 games I learned the rules to, and this is what, and they're nope, we're playing this. I'll tell you.
I've never dealt with that before.
No? Oh, okay.
Wait, call our friends out.
Who, Bram?
Bram, okay.
Oh, no, he
does that?
He's done it. He did it to me recently. I'm just giving him a hard
Yeah,
time.
no, if I'm hosting, playing the games I picked, unless one of my friends called me and be like, "Hey, I've been wanting to play this game that I got," then I'd be like, "Oh yeah, sure, bring it." And I would probably look it up prior so I can also help teach.
Yeah.
I mean, having 2 people who know how a game plays, it's good sometimes to teach, but sometimes it's not, because I'll be teaching the rules and then someone will jump in "Oh yeah, and then you do this." It's well, no, first you have to do that, and then
I do that.
Yeah, be quiet, I'll do it.
I have to, when Keegan's teaching a game, I have to be but that.
I know. There's a lot of times, you do it, and I want to be just shut up, Max. Just let him explain. He's teaching it wrong.
He's killing it right now.
Yeah, no, it doesn't usually happen. But I had that. I had a friend who was I brought some games that I learned. They're we're gonna play this game, and I was but I put it all together. I called everyone, and
this is my thing.
This is my thing. Okay.
I was we can play both games, but I want to play the game I want to play. It's
All right.
it's complaining about too many games. It's a good complaint, I guess, to have though.
Yeah. I mean, now I'm at a point. I have so many games that like when I have people who like I have my D&D group that like if we play games,
How
they have
many
to
you
come
said?
in like what?
How many?
200?
Shh, get out of here.
How many do you
Oh
have?
God. Yeah.
You not know.
You don't know? What? How do you not have BGG to track all your stuff?
Who's got time for that?
I've been meaning to do that for like 2 years now, and I just keep.
Oh man, yeah, it's gonna get worse the longer you wait.
Oh, I know. I have bins upstairs of like games I've been given for reviews and like older games that have to be out of my collection because I only have the 4x4 Calyx unit behind me, 2 2x2s and 1 2x4, and I'm not supposed to go above and make it bigger. So
I'm not supposed to.
I don't even in an apartment. It's a pretty spacious apartment, but
Yeah.
still,
Yeah,
like when I have my own house, which should be hopefully in the next year or so,
Yeah.
I'm having a game room. They're all coming back out.
Nice.
Yep. So
Plus, I plan on donating a bunch of games. Anytime my friend visits me, I'm like, hey, see this bin here? Take anything you want.
okay, you said wait, can you give me your address real quick? I'm coming.
Yeah.
Coming
Oh,
over.
123 Main Street, USA.
Yeah, 230 is what my owned BGG says.
I would say I'm probably at 300 something.
But I don't have a lot of like small games. Most of mine are larger.
You have
medium.
one bin of small games.
I have two bins of small games. And bin means like
Yeah,
that,
like a Calyx
like
unit.
this. Maybe a Calyx shell, like one
Yeah,
box of the
a
Calyx.
box.
Yeah, I have two of those maybe of small games. And then I have
I probably have like 3 or 4 like that small games really cramped in.
I have two 2x4 Calyx that are full. I have an entire shelf, a closet that is full. There's some sitting on my couch now, and then I have 4 floating shelves that some sit. My Calyx, some sit on top of those.
Yeah, it's.
I legitimately, I'm actually I'm gonna start looking for a new place to buy, and potentially sell my condo now, specifically to get another room for board games. I'm literally gonna buy a new place specifically because I need more room for board games.
Yeah, when we start looking at it, it's going to be I need a room. If it's an unfinished basement, that's fine. I can work with that.
So that's good.
Just
An unfinished basic, that means you could do anything with it. That's like so many possibilities.
make it happen, like a YouTube setup and everything.
Oh yeah, that too. I can have a YouTube setup with an actual dedicated room.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, hurry up, move.
I need a 3-bedroom.
I only have like a closet.
Yeah.
I have like, but usually between 60, 70 games, give or take.
You and
but,
Keegan trade off games.
But I
games a
trade.
lot.
I cycle through my stuff a lot. Like I'll trade for
nice.
another game, or I'll sell and buy this or that. Like
I just can't get rid of mine.
I'd like to keep them all, but I'm on like a
I'm a
budget.
collector.
Yeah,
I love
I'm
the
a
way it
collector.
looks.
Oh, I wish I never had to sell a game, but because I'm on a budget, it's just my wife will be like, "You are not buying one more game this month unless you sell one." So I'll sell them to buy another, and plus I'm also he gets a lot of the Kickstarters and stuff, but I'll get like an older game or like a game that maybe like, fell through the cracks or something. Like, let's try this, and then we try it. And we're like, we hate it, and I'll sell it.
That's most of the ones you get. It's like you end up getting okay.
It's a roll of the
We're
dice.
going side rant. We did a whole rule books side podcast. We do this a lot. Like we've been talking already for almost 40 minutes of we haven't even
we
gotten
haven't
to our
done-
topic, but that's okay because this is great. We love it. This is literally what the podcast is for, to chat board games.
I can just talk about anything. So
Then we're gonna have you on again because we've done 2 episodes now, so we didn't even have a topic. We just started talking, and that was what we ended up doing. To come back to the rule books, something I wanted to mention was like one to get your thoughts on it, and maybe we haven't talked with you because Keegan and I did the rule books video podcast 1 episode. That now that we're like the just how much board game hobby has grown and this entire industry has grown, it almost feels like any new game coming out, in addition to their rulebooks, they really should be including video tutorials in the game.
Oh,
Like as just like
you should have like a link to like,
Yeah,
like a QR code.
yeah, a QR code, right, for your phone. You can just like companies really should start doing that because
Yeah, I just did that for Quacks of Quindleberg. They have it on the back of their thing. They have the watch it play.
Like,
I think
that's-
Yeah, a lot of
That's
them
like-
link to watch it. but
especially
they're-
some games like if you talk about like Root, if you talk about Vast, asymmetric games really should have like they should invest in having a video explaining these things because sometimes even reading the rules can be difficult because you have to remember every single player's powers, teaching it to players. It just feels like like we do it with school. We understand that children learn differently, right? Adults, we're not different. We all learn differently. So why are we not evolving and saying, okay, we understand every person's different. Let's provide that extra. Let's just say we're including everyone, right? Like we understand that the rule books may be difficult to just read through and understand. Here's also a video for you to actually understand our game that we're designing. We're not relying on people to do review videos.
I mean, I think it depends on I don't know what you think, but like I mean, I guess it depends on the publisher or the person putting it out because like certain games you could certainly do that for, but some games it's like not necessarily necessary. Or
But are we not growing as an industry that like you just continue to?
Point. It's so a lot of like kind of like all the games at Target. A lot of those games, like IPs, they have those videos. But if you're expecting like a Kickstarter one to do it, even like one that has a monster backing, it's going to cost them X amount to make a video for that.
But does it really cost a lot to do? Like, it doesn't have to be extremely high budget like some of the reviewers, but to have something, even if they're, I mean,
you
put it on a stand and film it with your phone. That's fine. Like,
I mean, I know some
just to
designers
say
do
like
that, but
just to say like a designer would be like, listen, like I understand, and I'm gonna just like make it more inclusive, and I just want.
I agree.
We understand,
it should be done.
Yeah, it just feels like just as an industry grows, you want to just kind of expect a little more and like say, hey, like this is no different from people learning. Let's also provide the best ways that people can learn my game.
then
They
Rodney
might not
Smith
do
wouldn't
it.
have a job.
He would. I mean, there's still reviews. There's still. I mean, to say like.
I was just.
You're gonna, yeah, I know. Like, in it, not even necessarily that they would be out of a job. Maybe they do like a more high quality production one that people will like to see. Maybe they like the style of teaching a game on someone else's rather than the one playing. But at least they're providing it and saying, hey, we understand that not everyone learns.
Yeah, I mean,
through reading a rule.
I think it'd be cool, but I don't think a lot of board game designers have a large internet presence, so I can't imagine like Uwe Rosenberg like coming out with a video about his next game. Like I think he's like, that's what they'll do. I just do the rule book. Here's the rules. You figure. Like I mean, like it would be cool because the more I could engage and know about those people, the better. Like I think that's how the
they're kind of just relying on our community to do it for them.
Yeah,
Right.
And to be fair, if you type in, I mean, whatever game, how to play, you'll usually get a couple. I mean, there are times where I've tried to look up how to play and I just get like a game playthrough, and I'm just like, that's not what I want. I want a rules.
I don't need a 2-hour playthrough of this game. Yeah.
It was hard to find
I'm gonna learn it from that.
forum trade genum. There wasn't really a lot for that. It's a Feld game we're gonna have to do, but yeah, there's every once in a while it's really weird when there's like just like nothing, and I'm like, this game's only like 4 years old or 3 years old. How is there nothing about this game?
So then nowadays, everything that's brand new, that's like the new big Kickstarter, like, the day it comes out, people are already making that video because they're just trying to make content.
But it's the same people. Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course.
I mean, it's got to be. I mean, I guess they're not going to give it to people with 100 followers. They're not going to. But
yeah, there's kind of monopoly on the.
Yeah, there is, and I mean, I don't. As much as like I don't want there to be monopoly with Dice Tower, with Man vs. Meeple, with What's the one?
There's still people that break through though. Like what's
there's
what's
people
the new
breaking
one?
through.
What's the new one? Oh gosh, I can't remember. I know that it's Monique and
Our Family Plays.
not Our Family Plays. It's I can't remember their name. Shoot, I'll have to. It's a couple. It's a board game couple. They're fairly
Wait,
they're
is
fairly
she-
pretty big in
Board game couple. That's so rare.
My wife
Which one of
doesn't
my
play
8,000
games.
followers
But wait a
talking
second.
about?
Wait. 3 white guys. That's new.
I like it.
That's a new
You
one.
corner the market.
We got it. We're people are gonna feel so included and be like, "Oh my gosh, they're representing us."
That's me.
That's me.
What is it called?
Listen, I'm ethically ambiguous, so it counts. No, it doesn't. Oof.
You're gonna get us
Okay.
in trouble.
I look like
I
what
know.
I am.
I'm white. I get it. I'm white. I'm Hispanic, but I'm white. I get it. I'm white. Yeah. Are you thinking? Wait. Are you thinking of? Is it an Asian girl and like a little bit? Like he has a little bit
Yeah,
darker
it's,
skin.
I'm-
I know because I watched. Like they have some good reviews.
Yeah, but they're
and,
pretty new.
Yeah.
I mean, sort of.
They've been around for a bit.
I can.
Is it with the J or an H? I think I know who you're talking about. I just can't remember her either.
I think an A, a B, a C, a D, an E, an F, and a G.
Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna
Maybe
look it
some
up.
numbers. Definitely an F.
Monique
I
board
know
games.
her name Monique, but I can't. Before you play, I knew it was something really
Before
like
you play.
yeah. Before you play.
Was that? Wait. Oh
I think
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
it's
yeah.
called.
That is who I'm
yeah.
thinking of.
Before
Yep.
you play, they're pretty newer. Like, but they just got. But yeah, but they're great. Like, so you can still. There's still people breaking through. Oh, that's all I meant to say. I derailed us.
Whatever. We mean. All right.
You get anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 people on YouTube. I consider you like a staple of the board game community. Like,
But there's a few of
Dice
those.
Tower only has like, I think 600,000. No, only, but you
But
know,
how many on YouTube or on?
on YouTube, they don't really have a presence on Instagram. I mean, they have followers,
but I mean, 6,000 is pretty large for YouTube for board game community. Like that's pretty. Who
that's
else?
what I'm saying. You're like up there.
Yeah, 6,000 is large. But I guess also then I don't like, as far as reviews go, and like what we should say is like a good game or not, whether you want to go get it. It's almost relied on like that, like Dice Tower, Man vs. Meeple,
Rado?
No. Who's the one that that like once a video they do a review video, like the board games sell out immediately.
Oh, yeah. The British guys.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, we're leaving it up to like 4 or
Shut up and
5.
sit down.
Shut up and sit down. 5 people to determine what is good and what's not, and that's the term. Like, it kind of determines it.
You just gotta do
there
your
is-
homework. I do my homework on
But
games.
the problem is, but it's just like any industry where there's a few people that decide. Like the largest ones get to decide what's good based on their opinion, right? Like, well,
Right.
well
It's
no,
like
we
the
need to
art
stop
community.
it. Like, don't like.
like Siskel
Almost
and
like
Ebert.
start looking at some of the smaller YouTubers. Not yeah, okay, we're smaller. I'm not saying just look at us, but look at like there's a lot of them out there. Like listen to all the different opinions because everyone has different opinions. Find people that like you click with as a gamer. Like we try to say like the type of gamers we are in our viewers so that people can realize like, okay, my opinion is this way because I like these certain games, and we're gonna like I want people to know that and say like, all right, if you relate to that, then maybe my opinion might matter more to you and you might be interested in it. Where
To be fair, though, a lot of the smaller people, they're not trying to really do a lot of negative reviews because, say, they're
I mean, that's
reviewing
true.
a Spin Masters game. They're like, this game's kind of garbage, and Spin Master is just going to be like, cool, you never get any support from us.
like us in Alley Cat Games,
Tom Vassal, I remember I watched one of his Q&As, and it's like, listen, if you ever get paid for a review, the person paying you wants a positive review. No matter what they say, like, we want all the real feedback. They want a positive review.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I've given a lot of negative reviews, but not in public. Like, I've been paid to review stuff, and I tell them beforehand, I was like, listen, if I don't like your game, I'm not going to post about it because I don't want to hurt your chances. Say if it's a Kickstarter, because my taste is different from Ryan's taste, Max's taste. Why should I determine that person loses any sort of views on it because I didn't like it? And I've I haven't had a single person who disagreed with me on that has paid me for a review. Like they've been very appreciative of that. Because then I'll give them a call on Instagram. I'll write up my critiques, my pros and cons, and and then they just understand. They're like, oh, well, I appreciate your time and thank you. And then we'll see if we can work on that.
Yeah. So that's us too. We've already given a negative review towards one of Alley Cat's games. We were not particularly. What's that?
What does Alley Cat make?
So they do. I say do it. Well, so the one we did was Tungaru. We were not particularly fond of it. They do
Dice Hospital.
Dice Hospital.
Something like that.
All right.
Yeah. And how much? I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Maybe we'll get into it later. But yeah, for our first beginning here, if we get review copies, we don't want to be paid because we want to give our actual opinion. We're never going to hold back what we feel about a game. At least that's starting this. That's what I said I wanted to do.
I will if they're paying me.
I will not. I will not.
I'm just kidding.
I will let them know up front.
No, when I get a reviewer's copy, I would still get paid for it. I give them my honest opinion. If you ever want to work with me again in the future, that's fine. But I'm going to give you. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear about this game.
Yeah.
Because I will play with a whole different group of people, and I'll test the game like at least 4 or 5 times before I'm like, okay, we ran into this problem every single time. And you need to hear this, or it's tough too because you can always be like, oh yeah, the quality of your cards is kind of garbage, and they're like, oh well, we're expecting the Kickstarter to be good, so we can do like a lid and finish. And I'm just like, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of times if it's a reviewer's copy, I'd be like, I'm not even going to talk about the components because you're making it better. That's good on you. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure one day they'll burn me where they'll do the Kickstarter. And, it'd be the same exact components. It'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I'll change what I said about your game initially.
Yeah. So anyone watching us, we're always going to give our full opinion. We're never going to, if they pay us, we're going to let them know up front that we're going to give our honest, like what we truly felt about it. And I'm going to post about it because you gave it to us and I want people to know, but I will also tell you like in the beginning, I'm going to get a disclaimer of this is the type of board games I like.
Don't send Ryan any spatial awareness puzzles.
I've liked some. There's some that I've liked, but I will let the viewers know that this is the type of gamer I am. So this is where my opinions are going to come from. Don't necessarily go listen to other people too. I'm one person, just like you do with a doctor. Go get multiple opinions. Find that person that you click with to say, okay, if they like it, then I will more than likely also like it.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I looked up. Have you seen the Beyond the Sun game? That's like it's pretty.
I've seen a couple of people post about it. I haven't looked too much into it. There's a lot of times where if you go to my saves on Instagram, I just have like 20 pictures saved to being like, why did I say that? Like, oh yeah, I've never heard of that game. And they're still looking at it.
It's interesting.
I have a $400 cart in Major Market.
Oh yeah. It's like an interesting game, but like I try and do my homework, so I watched quite a few reviews, and I was like, okay, I think this would be the type of game I like. And then some people that do reviews and put it as like their #1 game of 2020 and like stuff like that. And then so I bought it and we played it like 3 times and I sold it right away. I was like, this game.
Yeah, I was like, this is bullshit. This is not. I was like, there's no like a #1 game of 2020. Get the fuck out of here. This is bullshit.
It was all right.
There's so many lists out there. You're just like, why is this on? You're like, I hadn't even heard of this game. I'm like, I consider myself a part of this community. How have I never heard of that game before?
Oh, there was a couple Kickstarters that he got in recently. I was like, how did I even miss that? Like, what? Like, But all that to say, like, you could have every trusted, it's ultimately just going to come down to, it could be something as simple as this would be a game you would enjoy 9 times out of 10, but the one time you did try it, something went wrong with the rules teach, or it was just a screwed up game or something. Someone just
you've always got to play at least 2 to 3 times.
Always,
yeah. We can play a game once and be like, that was garbage. Bye. No.
Yeah,
there's been a game. I'm gonna play it.
There's been a couple games that I didn't like on first play, like PAX Premiere. I did not like my first play of it. I didn't even particularly love my second, but like the more I played it, the more I liked it.
All right. We've been talking so long. This is gonna be an extra long episode because let's at least chat a half hour about bang for your buck. Now that we've talked 45 minutes of just board game chat, whatever, it's cool. But we already said we were going to talk about it, so let's give people.
Gotta do it.
I'm gonna have to do like a little like timestamp in the video to say like when we actually start talking about this, in case people want to just be like, I just want to hear like, yeah, I just want to hear about some bang for your buck, like, because I'm looking for a game. Whatever.
Here's us talking. Here's us bitching. Here's the.
All right, so Ryan, we give you. You start. I don't know. I couldn't think of the word.
I didn't go in any particular order with this. I just kind of picked 5 games. So I guess my number 5, I went with Santorini.
Okay, yeah.
It's $23 to $25. I looked up all the prices to see the range. Everything I picked is pretty much under 35 at best. But it's a great abstract game. Great high quality components. I really enjoy variable player powers, and it has over 40 gods and heroes to choose from. And I mean, if you even want to buy the expansion, the Golden Fleece expansion, makes it even more. And I really enjoy 2-player games. So I've played it multiple times. I've taught it to a bunch of people, and we've all thoroughly enjoyed it every time. I mean, it's essentially like, I don't want to say it replaces chess, but like it is a very thinky, grid.
We've played it.
I would say, for me it replaces chess, but just because chess, I
don't
so
play
boring.
chess, so technically it has replaced it for me.
People are not gonna like this. I really hate chess. I think it's a dumb game.
I appreciate it. It's just, it's not a fun game unless you're really a thinky person. But then that's fine. If you want to play a long game where it's just like, oh, I set you up 45 minutes, going to lose, and you did everything we wanted you to do. Ha ha ha! I win. Then good for you. Chess is awesome.
That's just because I want theme in a game too. I want to see art. I like themes. So getting to have fun little like you go into it because it's not a serious. It's not like you're going crazy math, but you get this little playing with each other of chess but then you get to have these fun little gods that have some fun cute art, right?
And the 3-dimensional aspect of it is great.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. It's a fantastic one for not too much. Can you find it at like a Target, a Walmart, right? No?
I think you can only you used to be able to get it at Target, because I remember I held off a while from actually getting it because the artwork I actually was not a fan of.
Interesting. Okay.
So I never looked into it, but then actually when I got the game, the way it visually looked, and then I actually looked at the cards, I'm like, you know what, the art style actually, because it's kind of like chibi a little bit, like but I was just cute, and then I was like, oh, the gameplay is actually fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I have a similar one.
You can get on Amazon. I mean, if it's still in stock in places, I know at least Amazon, I think Walmart, maybe Target online, you can get it.
Yeah, it's really good. Does it go more than 2 players or just 2-player? I can't recall.
No, you can do. I think you can do 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Okay.
It's just if 4, it's like everyone has one person they move, and I think 3 it is like 2. Yeah, it's 2-2-2.
Okay.
I've never played with 3. I prefer to.
I think we've only played 2.
We've only played
it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. Yeah, that 3D aspect adds a lot to it, and some of the powers can really break it, which is a lot of fun. Some of them get really overpowered, and you go, oh, that's a lot of It's just a cute little definitely. If you're a 2-player, it plays really quick. It's super. I mean, setting up is pretty easy. There's not a lot of setup to it.
No,
it's
just
No, you put everything in the bags off to the side.
It comes in a bit bigger of a box, but honestly, it's one of those games that you could bring with you and just play at like a cafe and put it down on the table and start playing.
And if you buy the Golden Fleece expansion, it gives you a board to actually put the piece in.
Okay.
And it's like this little ocean thing. It makes it like a ledge. It's very pretty.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's my number 5.
Number 5.
Yeah, mine aren't in any order either.
Yeah, mine aren't.
I have a similar one. Is Onitama. Two-player. Have you played that one?
Yeah, I've played.
Yeah, for anyone who hasn't,
it.
it's like I have it. We'll play it. It's like chess-esque. You have like 4 pawns and a king, and there's 4 pawns and a king. If you get your king to their side, you win in the middle, or if you kill their king, you win. But you only can move in these weird ways that you kind of trade cards back and forth, and
Yeah.
it's a similar thing to chess, also, but and it folds up in a little thing like this, and it comes with
Yep.
a little play mat. It's like you can get it for like I think MSRP is like $30, but
Okay.
it's usually like I mean I think I
I
got
don't think it's that much.
yeah
I thought
that might be on the
maybe
high end. Yeah, I got it for
Okay.
like 15.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think
that seems more reasonable.
yeah, I think Aiden even got a copy. Our friend Aiden got a copy for us at work to play at lunch. So,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
my.
I have not played that one yet.
Oh, we will. I'll bring it.
Okay. So mine.
It's almost a classic at this point.
What's that?
It's almost a classic at this point.
Okay. Yeah. God, there's a lot of classic ones that I still have yet to play.
Oh, I'm the same way, man.
I feel bad because they're like, oh, I'm like, they're like Puerto Rico or like.
Yep,
or
I
like-
literally was going to say
I was
that.
like,
It's Puerto Rico.
yeah, I haven't
Like,
played that
that's
one.
like-
So I don't know. Yeah.
Well, Castles of Burgundy, I've never
Yeah,
played.
that's a great. Yeah, you should get on that one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, really
I
good.
you can buy it like on Amazon now, or
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
not sure if I
Yeah.
support Amazon.
That's blasphemous that you haven't played it.
Yeah, that one's.
Yeah,
Puerto,
that's a lot of games
Rico,
you-
whatever, but Castles is so great. But I mean,
Castles
well,
isn't even
we
like
ta-
my number one feld, but it's a great game.
Yeah, I mean, well, if we're gonna talk Allele, their new print of it, the 20th anniversary, fuck them. Fuck Allele. I'm not
Watch what
gonna
you're saying.
Yeah, I know.
You get that one?
I have issues with Allele, but that's another conversation. Yeah,
What's your
okay,
number
so
five,
my
Ryan?
number 5, Unmatched.
Oh yeah.
It's such a like
Ah.
$30 is
Yeah.
the base game or something, and it comes with great 3D miniatures, a
That are
bunch of
shaded?
cards. Yeah, your card like the player.
That production quality is amazing.
The production's
artwork is
quality. The
incredible.
artwork's great. On the cards, you got just the player board doesn't warp. It's just like the quality of the actual board is very good. It's a lot of fun.
High quality plastic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I played it. We played it so many times now, and it's just like, even with the base game, you can play quite a few. Like you have so many times to play because one, you want to try out all the characters, and then you want to try it with like being 2-on-2 and trying like the different combinations, right? And then the different expansions aren't too much either, and they just add a whole lot of extra fun combinations of,
Yeah, I want
of
to play
guys to
Beowulf
play.
and Red Riding Hood.
Oh yeah, that's a new one
Red
I mean,
Riding Hood
Aiden's-
against Velociraptors.
yeah, like, and then like the fact that they can keep building onto it is, I find
Yeah.
a lot of fun, and so
I have all of them except the newest one, which is what Beowulf
Red
versus.
Riding Hood. yeah.
Yeah.
So
That one's a pretty good one. Our friend Aiden like is so obsessed. He's made his own like
like decks and like characters.
yeah, he did like Aang from
Avatar.
Avatar.
Oh, that's fun.
He-
That's so cool.
he made his
That'd be amazing.
That
Yeah.
would be amazing.
it's a cool deck. He's made several decks just like I was like, you should send these to them as ideas.
Well, I don't think they could do Aang just because they can't get the copyrights for it.
I mean, I think they're doing Marvel now.
oh, they do,
they're
but
gonna
they
come out with a
paid. I'm
Marvel
sure
one,
they
so-
they partnered with Marvel.
Yeah.
Wait,
so-
did they?
I think the next one's gonna be a Marvel.
Interesting.
Jeez.
That's gotta be-
Like I love Marvel, but I'm just getting so sick of everything.
Don't
Like
you
I'm a
s-
Smash Up
don't
fan.
you
Like
say
I'm
that.
going to buy the Marvel one, but it's just like, stop.
I love superhero
Marvel
songs. I think more.
That being said, I have Marvel United from I did the Kickstarter and they actually sent me the game too, and I love that game.
Yeah,
I haven't played that one.
I haven't either. But
You can get it at Walmart, surprisingly.
Oh, okay.
okay. So
It's a good cooperative game.
okay. Is Unmatched in Target or Walmart or?
I don't think so.
I know it's a Barnes and Noble. I know
Barnes and-
that for a fact.
Very interesting. But that's okay. Yeah, that's a good,
Barnes and Noble.
Unmatched. It's my number 5.
I'm trying to think of the list.
My number 4. We'll snake this. My number 4. Ohanami. I always forget how to actually pronounce it. Ohanami.
I was thinking about doing
It's
that
just a card game. It's like $15 maybe at the store, MSRP. Just a fun little card games. Comes with like 120 cards, but we've played it, God, numerous times.
That's probably my most played game of 2020 was Ohanami.
Yeah, probably.
You can play it
Ohanami.
so fast, and it plays good at 2, 3, and 4
I
players.
love it because you can just it's like The box is like that. It's just 120 cards. You can bring it anywhere. The actual play of it, it's just right in front of you, so it doesn't take up much room. But it's just a very quick,
Set
fun,
collection.
Set collection, number ordering game that is pretty strategic but fun, and I find
You can hate draft.
you can hate draft. You can do a whole fun like just when you just want to have like a fun little goofy game that you can hate draft. Pretend screw over your friends. Yeah, it's fun.
It's solid.
Not screw over your friends. You can just be like, I'm just going for building the best that I can without looking at my opponent, or you can look at your opponents, and for the more competitive people who can do that. So Ohanami, go check it out. It's the artwork on it is like there's not much, but it's nice. It's a beautiful. It's just like a beautiful
it's just real light little. Yeah, I think every card has got its own artwork.
Does it? No,
think so.
no, because the water, all the
No,
water.
I think they're all different.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. I'm going to say I'm right.
Okay.
All right, I'm doing my number 4. My number 4 that I didn't really think through, but is on pretty much every list of mine that we've ever done, I feel like, is Mysterium. I've never taught Mysterium and it be a miss. Everybody I've ever played Mysterium with has enjoyed it, and I've definitely gotten quadruple my money's worth out of that game. I believe I bought that like brand new in shrink, like from the store, and I mostly made my list off of like that. Like if I bought it and like did I feel like I got my money's worth out of like how many plays, or like was it a good deal or whatever. And Mysterium with the components and just like how much comes in that game and the like the beautiful artwork, I totally feels like
so thematic. Yeah, it's a great game.
And I really want to play Mysterium.
Play around Halloween. That's a Halloween game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's
it's one I haven't played yet.
Oh, you haven't played it yet? Oh, we gotta play this.
Have you played Mysterium Park?
I have it. I have it. I haven't played it. No.
I haven't gotten that one yet. I really want to get it. But yeah, it's been a bit harder for me to come out. But like I went to like my in-laws once, and I taught all of my wife's like cousins and sister and brother that game, and we just played it like all weekend. Like, and yeah, it's just solid, and it totally is worth the price. Like,
yeah.
What is it, like 35, 40?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I think it's lower. Yeah, 30, something like that.
Really, any game that is under $50 for me, that's appropriate. I mean, for decent sized games, little games should be under 20. I guess. And medium 20 to 30. Otherwise, so my number 4 would be Dixit.
Oh yeah, very similar.
I feel like you need to. I mean, the base game is great, but I think you need to have at least one of the expansions to make it fully bang for your buck. I've taught that game to my girlfriend's family, every friend. It's so easy to teach. It's just use your imagination, say whatever the hell you want to say. Let's just have a random fun game. And it's not ultra competitive. Yeah. I mean, the artwork is beautiful. So, I mean, that's like my party game for this top 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Prior was my abstract strategy.
Okay. Dixit. Very nice.
Have you ever mixed Dixit with Mysterium?
Wait, what?
No, but I could also do that with Obscurio if I really wanted to.
Yeah. I
just make one big stack of cards and just shuffle them. There you go.
That's another game that had really beautiful, like just components to it, like the board or the Obscurio. I bought it, I opened it up, and I could never get a group to play it, and then COVID hit, and I was like, well, I'm never gonna play it, so I sold it.
Yeah, the same thing. I bought it in store, and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
Am I doing my number 3 now? We're going to go back around.
Yep. I got.
Go for it.
My number 3 is actually a game we talked about earlier. I didn't say the name to spoil it. It was the legacy game My City.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You have that sitting,
Dan
sitting in the closet.
For my birthday.
That is a great game. My girlfriend was the one who kept being like, let's keep playing. Okay. I'm like, all right, let's do it. It was the greatest thing about it is when you're done, you flip your board over and you have a core game there too that has some of the stuff from the legacy game. Yeah, that was the game that like, I think 4 games to the end, I needed a red tile. She needed a yellow tile. She got yellow, beat me, and literally that's chain reaction. I was like, I was curious, but more like proud. Like she did beat me.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it is a legacy game, but not really. it just adds more things to it. It doesn't really drastically change anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recommend. I know it's I always forget the name or even how to pronounce it. The
Knizia?
German awards.
Oh, the Spiel des Jahres.
Spiel
Yeah,
des
yeah,
Jahres.
that got nominated for like Game of the Year.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard
Interesting.
nothing but good things about that. And I was pretty surprised, but I mean, Rainer Knizia is like great. So.
Yeah.
Spoiler, go for the gold. Anyway, move on.
We won't tell Keegan. We'll see if he watched this.
Don't watch this. Go for the gold.
Okay,
What
so
you
my
got,
number
Max?
3 has also made it on a lot of my lists, but you can get it at Target.
Pretty.
The components look like you could eat them. They look like little starbursts.
Oh, okay.
And it's Azul. Azul,
Oh, okay.
for me, is a classic.
Yep.
You can teach it to anybody, and it plays
Yeah.
quick, and it's totally affordable and worth its weight. I think in
It
how
almost
it's
has no business being that good.
Yes, yes. I 100%
yeah.
agree.
In
Yeah.
colors. And the thing too is I've been wanting to buy the upgraded tiles for the red and blue, but it's like these are
Upgraded
expensive
tiles?
for no reason.
Yeah, they have like we have.
Yeah, it's just red and blue in the game is just plain. You can go on the Plan B game.
okay.
They have like prettier colored ones, and if they were like $10 each, maybe.
Yeah.
But they're like I think $15 or $20 for like just a set of red, just a set of blue. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's a lot.
that's just a cash
That's
grab.
a-
Get the
yeah,
hell out
that
of here.
is, yeah. Yeah.
For
don't
you
even really need it.
collectionists.
Whatever. I was like, I would buy the overlay for the boards more than before I would buy.
If you get the
I
really should
if you
do
get the
that.
expansion,
Nice.
Bram got me the expansion. It comes with
Inlaid.
it comes with it comes with things that go over the boards in the
That's nice,
expansion.
yeah.
And it comes
nice.
with more boards
just-
and like asymmetric boards and boards.
Ooh, okay.
It's the expansion's also totally worth it. But what was I gonna say? I don't remember.
Okay.
Every time I play it, like I always think like, oh, it's Azul. Like I won't bring that to a game night because we're playing serious games or something. But then when I do play it, like Bram makes me play it. Well, he asked me because he got me back into it again, and then I just forget how good it is. Every time I play it, I'm like, I forget how good this game is. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I have one I won't get rid of
oh,
in my collection. Yeah.
That's a staple in
Yeah.
your collection.
Oh, yeah.
we have a very big argument over Carcassonne.
And I think that's going to be one of mine. I don't know where it is in my but I'm just going to give it as number 3, Carcassonne. I mean, it's, I don't know, what is it, $30 maybe for the base game?
Maybe.
I think so.
A
Something
bunch
like
of
that.
tiles, your meeples. I mean, for me, it was one that early on that I played and got me into the little bit more into board games, Carcassonne. But it's just like, it's so simple and easy to teach people and can have fun with it. I mean, just a lot comes in just a single box of $30. That's like a whole bunch of tiles. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that game
5
actually
meeples,
fell to the
different colors.
side for me
Which
with
one?
tabletop. When I first got into tabletop and watched it, they played Carcassonne, and I never actually have played it because I just got into so many other games first that I just kind of forgot about it.
I love it.
I almost bought it last Christmas, not this past one, 2019,
Yeah.
because Amazon like had a deal for the big box
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
for cheap. I think whatever it said $75 usually. It was like 40 something. I was like,
Oh, man.
I saved it for a day. Went back, it was sold out. I was like,
Damn, yeah. Yeah.
and I also saw all the expansions that came with it are the ones that people don't necessarily like that much.
Okay. I mean,
They're not like the better of the
Yeah,
expansions.
yeah.
And that's me. I'm a completionist. So it's like if I bought Carcassonne, I probably would buy every expansion.
the only expansion I don't have is the Princess and the Dragon one.
Is that not a
That's
good one?
Crazy.
It is.
Isn't
No, I
there
like
like
it.
a lot of expansions?
There is a lot. Yeah, there's like 10 of them.
We had one question while we were playing, and he pulled out like 8 pamphlets, and he was trying to figure out which one it was.
Yeah.
Like,
I do Smash Up, like after the bigger Geekier box came out, it's like because that had like all the rules in one.
Yeah.
But then there's been 3 expansions after that, so I have to keep them all in the box
Oh,
just in
yeah.
case.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, oh, what do the mummies do? What do the cowboys do? I'm
Yeah.
like,
That's
a lot
me
of times
with
I'm
my-
just like,
that's me with my
don't
next
pick
game.
monsters.
yeah.
I think I have 5 books I have to keep in my next game to like make sure I have everything, which I'll get to. So you're going again though, right?
Yeah.
Carcassonne's worth. It's not my favorite.
$30
we
but-
have a big argument about Carcassonne.
We do.
But I do think it's worth the price, and I do think it's worth a play. Like it
Yeah.
it is interesting.
And I mean, so it's like the base that comes with one of the expansions already is like $30, and then every expansion it's under $20. And Amazon has them on sale a bunch. Like they're always on sale on
yeah.
Amazon, so it's easy to find them.
But try to support your local game store.
Yeah, do that. But I mean, If you find like
I
a
wish I
good
had
deal,
one of
but
those.
Do you not have one in New York?
or near you.
Not there's like one place, but
Oh man, we have a couple.
We're
they don't,
spoiled.
they don't have a great selection. But yeah, no. If I have to go to the closest one to me that's any good is the Completionist in New York City, and they're full retail for everything. And I'm just like, I mean, unless I'm in there and I see something that I know I can't find anywhere else, I'll buy it then just to support. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not paying full price on stuff a lot of the times.
I mean, ours has quite a huge selection. Our dojo, the one we go to, there's quite a few around the city that we go to now and again.
Yeah, Cat and Mouse, good game.
But dojo also does sometimes do Kickstarter ones that you can pre-order and just be like, hey, I want to pre-order it, and they'll do it. They'll kickstart it for you.
They have an award, like a point system too.
They do have a point system too, and I have.
Whenever COVID's over, Ryan has a free pizza party.
Pizza party for all my friends, and we get to play a day of games.
They'll order you all pizza, and like you get to reserve the area for the day. But like
they have like they've got to have over 2,000, 3,000 games for demo. Like half of the store is just like playing and demoing.
Floor to ceiling games.
with a 20-foot long wall, and
That's the dream, boys.
the ceiling
And
is
it's not far from us.
10, 11 feet, 10 feet tall, 9 feet.
It was such a bummer, like COVID. Well, for a billion reasons, but also like you can't go there.
No,
like,
just board game.
you could but you could meet so many people there.
Yeah.
Like the first time me and Ryan met up was at Dice Dojo. Like well, I mean, we met up and traded games, but then I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to Dice Dojo. Do you want to? And he came and played games.
Because every Wednesday they just have like a free open, just come play demos, and we just
Wish I had
everyone
that.
is there. They play games. It's so great.
We just got to move to Chicago.
Yeah, come to Chicago.
I'd be so popular.
So my next one,
So you're number
my
two?
number 2, Cryptid.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, Cryptid. I mean, okay, it's $35.
Is it $35?
I think it's 35. It may be for the components and what you get.
It's party.
Yeah, but like the amount of components that you get, it's not a whole lot. But I guess like all.
I wish it was better. For how good of a game it is, I wish.
I just like
great.
I never get like we've played this so many times. I never get tired of it. And I'm just like because there's so many different combinations or whatever that can be possible. You'll never find one that you've already done. And if you ever do, it's not likely you're going to remember or like even recognize that it was.
I think
that
there's
one.
even an app. I believe
Yeah.
if I'm wrong, I think there's an app that will even just random generate one.
Which is
for you.
crazy, and everyone loves it because everyone's just like, "Oh my god, it's just like this crazy puzzle, they like deduction that you're trying to do," and you're like,
You
"Oh,
think
I
you're
got it, I
close
got
to-
it." Oh, what the fuck? You said no to that? Well, that's no. Damn it! Now I have to
so
rethink
bummed.
all of it.
And then
yeah.
you find out someone played wrong.
And then there's always a game that everyone plays. Like they look at the room like,
Inflammable.
That happened to me.
That's not right.
Yeah.
That happened to me in a big play of Secret Hitler where I happened to be Hitler and we all opened our eyes and I saw my 3 people and then I looked over and my friend who's not a board gamer, his eyes were open and he was just like, and I was just like, everyone open your eyes. I was like, you're not a socialist, are you? He's like, oh no, I just supposed to open my eyes. I was just like, I love you, but all right, let's do it again. I was like, I was being Hitler in that game. Boy, what a quote to take out of context. Hitler.
I was Hitler. Yeah.
Somebody making a GIF.
Yeah. Somebody like
Oh, I'm gonna have to go through all my
Fragment
things,
that.
and I'm gonna just do board gamers out of context and do a video.
no, I don't think I've ever been Hitler in that game. I
I've been Hitler a couple times.
always a socialist, except for the one time I wasn't a socialist, and I convinced a group of adults that the 13-year-old that was playing with us was lying when he was outing me as a fascist, and I was like, no, he's lying, and we killed him, and we won the game.
Pretty epic games of that, like pretending to shoot someone else and then just like turning and hitting my friend, and he just happened to be Hitler, but I had no clue.
And we have a friend, Scott. Scott was Hitler like 3 games in a row.
Oh,
Scott
God.
is always Hitler.
That happened to me too.
Oh man. Oh, that's gonna sound good for audio.
Noria, I got you.
Yeah, I wish. How do you don't kill Dunkaroos?
Okay, go.
For
You're
those
number
listening,
2. Cryptid. So
This
Cryptid,
is
check it
birthday
out.
cake Oreos. They taste like Dunkaroos.
Oh, they're so good.
They're
Vita.
sponsored by Birthday Cake Oreos.
Thank you, Oreos.
Thanks for the sponsorship.
Time to go to the money zone and make some money. No,
The Oreo's like, where should we sponsor? 3 white guys.
3 white guys with a small
That's a new
with
podcast,
a,
right
with a
there,
small
3 white guys.
with a small following.
Who swear on their channel.
Who swear on their channel. That's right.
As long as you don't do it in the first minute, YouTube doesn't punish you.
That's right.
Oh, really? Huh. Oh, shit.
I
No,
learned
I'm
that
just
from Game Grumps. I learned that if you curse in the first minute, you get flagged.
Oh,
So
shit.
they'll like censor themselves. They're like a minute, a minute and 1 second. They'll just be like, "Fuck."
Ryan can't censor himself for a minute.
I can't. All right, so yeah, Cryptid.
Yeah.
It's like just this really cool deduction game, but it's very simple and
It's worth it.
but pretty challenging even after so many plays. It's still incredibly challenging.
See, every once in a while, my random buys that I trade off are a hit, and you go and buy them, because
That's
Cryptid
right.
is one of them.
Keegan's been better.
Well,
Your turn.
my number 2 might be controversial, because it's expensive. Actually, both my next 2 are. And like I said, I have like
Controversial.
5 rule books in there, or it feels like 5 rule books, which is Feast for Odin. It's an expensive game, but you get so much in that game.
yeah.
And
You
then
do.
especially if you get the expansion, because I have the expansion and I have the mini expansion, and so I have like 5 booklets that's like stacked up. And But anyway, if anybody still watching doesn't know what Feast for Odin is, go look it up.
Wait, you got it. Okay.
I don't even know how to explain that game. You're a
When you go
Viking.
to a different YouTube channel, you watch it.
Yeah. No, you're a Viking, and you're trying to get the most points and cover up your board and hoard treasure and go raiding, and it's crazy. It's very open, and you can kind of do whatever you want. Not necessarily win, but you can do whatever you want. And yeah, it's a bit pricey, but there's a lot in that game.
Yeah, you're not gonna stop playing it.
See, I got some friends coming over in a little bit, so I gotta
Ignore them.
just keep talking. Okay.
What is your number?
Oh,
Is it number 1 now? Or no, you didn't do number 2 yet.
this is?
No, I do 2 and then 1.
Okay.
My number 2 is Space Base.
I haven't played that one yet.
Oh, dude, so I waited so long to play that game because it's the same thing as Santorini. The artwork, I was just like, it's okay. But then when I actually sat down and played that game, oof, it's such a good engine builder.
Really?
It's so easy to teach. I literally joke around when I teach that game. I'm like, if they don't know anything about it, I'm like, here, you see this dice? Give it a roll.
Yes.
They roll. I'm like, that's the game.
Oh, is it really that simple?
It comes down, but then you're buying cards 1 through 12 because they're valued 1 through 12.
Yes.
You replace the one that you bought. So if you bought a 2, you would take the other card, flip it around, put it under your board, and then when someone else rolls that number, you get that ability.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it is. It's very simple, but it's such a fun game.
So anybody rolls, you get it?
So on your turn, you'll roll 2 dice.
Ryan.
Say I roll a 2 and a 3. I can either get the 2 and the 3 ability, or I could get the 5.
Okay.
I choose. So if someone else has their card flipped upside down for either 2, 3, or 5, they get to choose what ability they want.
Oh, I like games that do that where you're like always engaged on somebody else's turn.
To be fair, it does take like 10 turns to get everyone really engaged. Because at the beginning, you're buying cards to make your engine better, and you're building off of that. But once you do get to like turn 10, everything after that, all of a sudden, every time someone rolls, you're getting something.
Okay. I'll have to check that one out. I've heard about it, and I think Scott was looking into getting it at some point. I don't know if he ever did, but Space
It
Base.
costs about $32. I've played it probably
Space
20
Base,
times
okay.
at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I got to check it out.
Space Base.
Space
Right,
Base.
okay.
Space
I-
AEG games.
Okay.
AEG.
I apologize. That was, for some reason, I'm getting a work call at 6:30 my time. That's great. That I called last week to find out information for, so that was cool.
It's
Ryan loves his boss, just in case his boss is watching. Just kidding.
great person. I don't know if it's a woman or a man, so playing it safe.
Both. I mean,
Comrade.
one of-
Comrade's gender neutral, isn't it?
yeah.
I think so.
Comrades.
So I do my number 1 now.
Well, should we let our guests do it last?
Yeah. You go ahead and do your last one.
Oh, okay. I guess go for it. He's not listening to me.
Technically, he answered
Sorry,
you, but it wasn't correct.
No, I was saying it to him. Yeah, go ahead and do yours. I was here, and it's just my friends. They're on their way
It's
over
kind of
for
awesome
games.
for me.
What's up?
because your Feast of Odin makes me want to change my mind.
Then do it.
I am going to do it. So
All
my initial number one actually was going to be Betrayal at House on the Hill because I've played it so much. It's a $30 to $35 game, and you get bare minimum 50 possible haunts.
Oh, yeah.
If you buy the expansion, it goes to 100. But that's not actually. I take that off my list now. I'm going to change it to Smash Up because Smash Up is one of my all-time favorite games.
Okay.
I've played that game probably 50 times. I've talked to all my friends. I have every expansion currently. It's just endless number of combinations to play that game.
There's so much for it. I always like.
That's why
I see like a
'cause
full picture, and it's just like you can't fit it all in one picture because there's so much.
I mean, it all does fit in the bigger, geekier box, but they're tight. And I sleeve the cards too, so I even sleeve the cards I don't use. Like I have extra bases. So
yeah, we sleeve everything.
Yeah, we're sleevers. I know we have some controversy. Like it's such a.
I only do it for Smash Up. I don't do it for anything else, just because I cannot go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, I've gone down it already.
I don't do it for everything, but I do it for games that definitely you handle the cards. We've had this.
I've been contemplating on doing it for Wingspan.
Yeah, or games you shuffle a lot, like Wingspan. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Fair enough.
That was almost on my.
I haven't played Smash Up yet.
That was my number
I
one.
should have said Wingspan. Wingspan's my honorable mention, I guess. Wingspan's a great.
That's my number.
Oh, that's your number one. Okay, well then go ahead.
My honorable mention was going to be the Tiny Epic games.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, those ones are
I'm
great.
surprised we have no crossover.
Yeah.
I am very surprised too. I mean,
Yeah, because
I really thought you guys were going to be like, oh, The Crew, Codenames, Fox and the Forest, Coup, King Domino.
Well, hey, I
was
mean,
like-
there's a whole bunch of them, but
Dixit and Mysterium is
I'm glad
almost
we
a
went with more
crossover.
like replay value and like how we actually love the game. Yeah.
yeah, this one is definitely, I guess mine. I would say my number one. I'll let you go last, Max.
He didn't go number one now.
is Wingspan, and that
Woo!
I think pretty much all my other games were pretty cheaper level games. They weren't really over
Wingspan's not that expensive.
No.
What is it, like 50?
50
Yeah,
for
I think
base,
it's about 50.
50 for
5 to
base
50.
game, but one, you get quite a bit of it. There's so many cards in just the base game. All of them, all the cards are unique birds art, right? Because each bird is different. There's not a single
Has the
similar
linen
one.
finish.
Yep, the linen
Shit.
finish. The box itself has a linen finish.
The eggs, the tower.
Yeah, the eggs, the
Tower's fantastic. It's funny because that's actually my most what's the word I'm looking for? I've bought the most for that game
me
for
too.
like
Upgrades. I would say I have so many upgrades. I don't know if you saw my recent Instagram post. I finally got the nectar, the upgraded nectar from
I
Meeple
want
Source.
to do that through Meeple Source.
Yep.
I got the
Which one?
the food. I got all the worm tokens. And that.
Did you get the nectar?
No, I still have to. They're not shipping that until I thought of February.
I just got
got
mine
it.
now. Yeah,
You dirty. Well, you pre-ordered it.
I did pre-order it. Yeah.
Ah, you dirty dog.
Yeah, I know. I got them.
I think you can still pre-order too. I think that's the funny thing.
Yeah. Oh, they're so gorgeous. But
They're nice.
They are. Yeah.
No, it makes the game so much better than just the coins.
It's so you get a lot for 50. But the
it's just a
replay,
solid game.
the replayability on it is so. I've played it so many times, and
I'll just say you will never play the same game. It's impossible.
Yeah, it's just because there's so many cards, and as you keep adding new expansions, just the number of cards. Statistically, you're never going to be able to get the same amount of the same birds.
I mean, statistically you can, but it is just such a.
It's so unbelievably likely. You'd have to play this. I'm not even going to do the math to get the same to get the same game, or at least draw some of the same birds throughout. I think it would be statistically unlikely.
Everyone have to draw the same cards to have the same exact turn. It would be so improbable.
The probability is so low that it's essentially impossible.
Yeah, you could literally get to your very last turn instead of on the first turn you grab an egg for your last turn. You're like, I'm just gonna draw one more card. Bam! It's a completely different game.
Yeah, but even to just to end up, even if you don't even relate, but to draw some of the same birds and get the same powers and whatnot, it's almost impossible, right? Just because there's.
Well, and then
It's
you can put
almost
them in
nice
different
to
places.
draw the same bird.
What's that?
Like, oh, I remember him.
Yeah, I like it.
But just it's always going to be different. You're always going to build a different engine. Every single person that I've taught it to has loved it. No one's ever been like, or just absolutely disliked it. Everyone, I've had multiple people that were like, I want this game now because
Oh
it's
yeah,
just,
I don't know how many people have gone and bought it. 'Cause I showed it to
even
them.
new players to have it like.
I really can't imagine someone being like, I don't see what the hype is and blah, blah, blah. It's
Yeah.
like, no, it's sometimes you just have to, everyone agrees it's a great game.
It earned its hype. It earned it. And yeah, like it works like for it being, I would say like on the like lower to mid-weight, probably closer to the mid-weight side of it.
Yeah.
And it just like, it's so easy for people who haven't played games to get into it and kind of pick up on it after 2 rounds maybe. And they're like, oh, this is fun.
exactly.
Like every time I've taught it with someone who doesn't really play board games, they've got into it and really enjoyed it. And it's just like that one will always stay in my collection. I have so many upgrades just because it's so much fun and just it brings that awesome tactileness to it. And
Yeah,
it has been absolutely worth the money that I bought for it. And I'm like, it's gonna stay with me. I'm gonna keep buying the expansions and upgraded components because it's so just because at this point I'm having so much fun.
South America expansion yet? Like I thought that definitely would be like the third one.
yeah.
But did they already did it? America, like did South
South
America
America.
already counted towards the first ones?
Did they?
I think the first expansion
I thought,
was.
like rainforest birds.
I don't know
remember.
because I thought they showed. I thought it
Oh,
was
they
all
might have,
Americas, but maybe. I mean, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see.
We'll have to look.
Yeah, we'll
Oceanic
have to
is.
see,
We'll have to
yeah.
go look at the
England.
cards. It's a good question.
Maybe I just haven't seen those birds yet.
There are a lot of birds in there.
So many birds.
All right, Max,
I didn't do my number one. My number
Yeah.
one is a full-on cheat.
a full-on cheat. Okay.
It's one of the more expensive games I own.
Okay.
But
A tasty
Oh, I know
grail?
what it's gonna be.
no, Gloomhaven.
Yeah.
Right.
It's got to be mentioned. Like.
Only in so much that we played it 4-player. I tried to figure out like the math or whatever, I don't know, but like we played it 4-player. We have to have over 200 hours easily in our campaign, like easily because we
I've heard nothing but
finished
good
it.
things about it.
And for $90, like 200 hours for 4 people for $90, like I don't know that I have a
Imagine that for a video game.
yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if I have a game that I have more
For
hours.
200
in.
hours, yeah.
Yeah.
Halo 2.
Halo
Probably.
2.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, back in the day, Halo.
World of
absolutely.
Warcraft. But I've been paying for
I
that
mean,
forever.
I spent months on that game.
Oh, and then we did have one honorable mention that neither of us mentioned because I think.
Oh yeah, we were gonna say okay. Go
Which
for
is
it.
a Red Cathedral.
Red Cathedral.
Check it out. Like that game, I think is $35 MSRP, and there's so much that comes in that game.
And it's such a good game. Such a fantastic game.
Yeah, but there's
We're
just
gonna
like,
have to talk about it,
quality
but-
components and everything. But yeah, so
But
no one can get it.
Gloomhaven-
No one can get it right now. But good luck.
Yeah.
if you can get
If
it,
you can get it, try to get game.
you'll get it.
But Gloomhaven, yeah, just
I'll go on eBay if it's expensive. I will pull the trigger on that. I did that for Isle of Cats. I
That's a
forgot
great
to
one, too.
do the. Yeah, I didn't back it on Kickstarter, and I bought the Kickstarter stuff because I didn't think that for some reason Miniature Market sold all of those individually.
Oh, did they?
oh really?
They had the late arrivals and they had
Oh, okay.
everything was on Miniature Market. I was just like, why did I spend the money on eBay?
That's such a good game.
Yeah, it is such a great game. We played that quite a few times now.
Yeah,
That's
Honorable
another really good-
mention.
That's a great
Honorable
honorable mention.
mention.
Yeah, it's worth it
Isle
because
of
all
Cats,
those
yeah.
all those tiles, all like the
And I
fun,
kickstarted it, and it was
cat
totally-
meeples is so much fun. I love it.
Oh,
And
the
the
upgraded
number of
stuff, so, yeah.
cards. Oh my god, the number of cards you get. Yeah, that's also a
It
great
also
one. Yeah, worth your money.
it arrived before schedule if you kickstarted
Ooh.
it, like months
Yeah.
ahead of
Can't
time.
They did it. Yeah, that one deserves a round of applause. Like everything
Yeah.
about it, worth the money. Get so much play out of it. So much fun tactileness. Fun,
Yeah.
cute cats.
Well, I'll give credit to Tiny Epic Games. I know some people don't like it. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. Every time they say they're going to have a game come out, whenever it comes out, it's either early or it's exactly on time.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
they're
Like,
doing great.
that's
Who does-
rare.
who does-
Gameland Games
Gameling,
just
yeah.
knows how to do it.
I have quite a few of them.
You have a couple of them.
I have a couple of them. Yeah, the
Yeah,
recent
I have
one.
zombies. I have dinosaur
Yeah.
mechs. And
Yeah, I have Dinosaurs Max, the original.
each one I can't remember at the moment.
Galaxies, is that the
I
original?
don't
Tiny Epic
no,
Galaxies?
just
Yeah.
Tiny Epic
Oh, okay.
Kingdoms or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, some really great games on this list that are definitely worth. If you see it, like any of those sounded interesting, definitely grab them because they are worth your money. You will get
Yeah,
a
they're
lot
all
of
great
greatness.
games.
Yeah.
There was a single game someone said that I have not played or want to play.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I know this has been a longer than normal episode, but it has been fantastic. Hopefully you finished your beer, Anna.
I fished about an hour ago. Moving on to my water.
This has been a great talk. A lot of fun.
Has been. I would love to do this again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we
we'll
really
have to have you on
appreciate having
again.
Maybe someone else could show up. Just saying.
Just saying, one of our other white guys.
He never sent me his list. He was going to send me
That's
his
what
list.
he
He
needed.
did, and we just didn't talk about whatever. He doesn't deserve it.
Oh, you didn't mention it.
kidding.
Read his list real quick.
Okay,
That's
we'll read
rude.
his list. Oh, his list had,
Right.
his list had a red cathedral on it. Let me find it.
Just read it real quick.
Yeah, we'll give Keegan's a little shout out. Where is it?
Keegan Cole.
Keegan Cole. Oh gosh, where is it on? Oh, it might be on.
Just to keep you a little bit longer. Sorry.
Okay. So
It's
he's
fine. I don't have dinner waiting.
he's saying Red Cathedral, The Crew,
Okay.
Undaunted Normandy,
There it is.
and North Africa.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Those are all good.
No crossover between 4 people.
Yeah, that's
You
interesting.
did better than the Dice Tower, boys.
Yeah. Woo!
Move over, Tom Vassal. Here comes.
Here
us.
comes Ryan, Max, and Keegan, and Ryan.
Dose of the
Well,
wine.
if only, man.
All right. Well, we'll definitely have to hit you up for some online, maybe some live playthroughs. We'll go live on YouTube for that.
Yeah.
And we'll drag Carly into this.
I would love to. I've actually never spoke to her. I've only ever
okay.
started just now actually talking to people, like giving them like Instagram
Yeah.
calls and being like, "Hi, I'm Ryan."
Oh yeah. Her and I, we
Well,
Snapchat a
everyone
bit.
always only ever sees my picture on Instagram, and it's funny. 'Cause I spoke to. Do you guys know Noob Haven?
I think we follow.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about almost 15,000 followers.
Oh,
Hi, Mike.
good Lord.
I'm doing a giveaway with him and others at the
Okay.
moment, but he gave me a call. We had like an hour conversation. I was like, "Oh, it's so nice to actually put the
Yeah.
face to the account." But I mean, literally 2-3 days ago, I had a beard like down to
Oh,
here.
really?
Oh wow.
I had a big old beard.
We missed
So it's
that.
funny.
You're telling us we missed that?
If you got me 2 weeks ago or like a week ago, you would have had the
Oh,
beard.
yeah, the
But yeah,
COVID beard.
I always do that. I grow it out for about 4 to 6 months, and then I just get rid of it.
Yeah.
I wish my wife. Hey, even this is too much. I have.
Really?
Oh yeah, she makes me shave it.
Mine is.
Well, my girlfriend actually didn't like beards prior to me, but then I started growing one out, and she was like,
See, I keep waiting for that, and Melissa goes, "You don't have a beard face." That's what my wife tells me.
Do I?
She's like, "It's a
Wait.
compliment."
Do I? Do,
"It's actually a compliment. She doesn't want your cover your handsome face."
It's a backward
do I
compliment.
like if I were to like put my hair back and everything? Do I have a Vikings face?
No.
Fuck you.
I can see it.
Yeah, come on. There's a Vikings.
You look kind of
Going
like
on.
you look kind of like Ivar.
Like a scar cut in your hair
if
right
I
here.
can, yeah,
you-
if I can
it's a
get that,
Viking.
like just shorten this, cut this, like shave that all down and tie this back.
Just be a foot taller and gain like 100 pounds of muscle. You're a Viking.
Yep. Oh yeah. All right. Cool. Good. The Mexican Jew is gonna be a Viking.
It's been Stranger Things.
Oh. All right, Ryan. We're gonna have you on again. Play some games with you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
My pleasure.
All right,
You guys have a
everyone.
good night.
Till next week. We'll see you later.
Have a good night.
Bye.